This world came out of going to lunch a lot and coming up with ideas. Mike suggested a Barbarian, I suggested a Troll. They came together, and we just grew up on amazing fantasy movies that we wanted to combine and with puppets into an amazing world, and that's just what we tried to do.
This show comes from Drew and I's love of fantasy, puppets, music, and action.
And comedy.
Comedy. It's funny. Puppets. Puppets are funny. Nickelodeon is very creator driven. I went to school with Steve Hillenburg that made a little character named SpongeBob SquarePants, and they have offered Drew and I the very same courtesy of really letting us do our thing. And it's Brian, who you have a relationship with.
I worked with Brian Robbins 20 years ago on a show, and he's really into live action and puppets and what we're doing.
And he's a creative guy as well.
And he's a creative guy who really understood what we were trying to pitch. So it's the perfect place because they got it.
So I'll say Nickelodeon is the greatest place because they are really into creative driven shows.
I hope viewers take away the humor of the show. I hope it just makes their day better. You know, like every good comedy series, I hope they walk into the room and watch a little bit, and then, by the end of their day, it's been brightened by our show.
I hope that viewers walk away with a newfound love and joy and respect for puppets. There are two things that I could tease for the adventure this season. One is that we're going to learn more and more about Brendar's complicated backstory. It's really interesting, and you learn more and more about it as each episode goes along. And then another thing to tease is just to keep an eye on the character Alvin the Demon, because she is very tricky, and you never know what's going to happen.
I would tease all of the eye candy that's going to happen. It's amazingly beautiful. Get an insulin shot ready for your eyeballs, because it is wall-to-wall eye candy.
Can I just say, kids, don't put insulin in your eyeballs with a needle.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding.
It's a metaphor?
Yeah.
All right.
A simile?
Simile?
I don't know. I think viewers are going to be pretty surprised week to week at what we've achieved and put on screen. It's pretty cinematic, it's pretty epic, and we designed like 150 puppet characters, so it is a lot of really fun characters coming through the frames at all time.
Yeah. I think an audience, what's the question again? What would they be surprised by?
Yeah.
I think an audience will be surprised by all the characters that are created for the show. Over 150 puppets, and to see how we elevated the art of puppetry and did some crazy animation things with them.
Here's the thing. If I tell you any of her secrets, I might not be safe questing with Brendar. So I'm gonna keep all that very close to the vest. Some must-have essentials to go on a quest are snacks. You never want to go on a quest without food. So sometimes I take some dried griffin jerky, which is delicious and oddly crunchy. On this adventure, you are going to see dragons, unicorns, gnomes, trolls. Actually, other trolls besides me. It should be the Barbarian and the trolls, because my mom and dad show up in this. Shh, that's a spoiler. Anyway, it's gonna be epic.